Hi, this is my final project for CMPR 114, and my project is a Morse code translator, but I've turned it into a web application as well. My name is Hori Nguyen, and I'm going to be walking you through everything I did for this project. So here's a quick overview of the slides. I'm going to be going in order of what my project does, the application design and the features, what algorithms I used, what code I used for the web application, and the conclusion for what I learned. So what my project does, it converts regular like English text into Morse codes. This is a web-based application, so this is accessible for everyone. You can even use it on your phone if you want. It has a very simple, user-friendly interface. Why I decided to use this or do this project is because I wanted to do more projects, have more like live projects on my portfolio, and it also helped me learn a lot about web development with Python. Um, and it was also a very practical application of dictionaries and loops. And it also helped me combine my front end and back end skills as well. So for the application design and features, the features are that this is a very clean, modern interface. And for the text, you can put any letters A through Z and numbers 0 through 9. It'll also handle spaces between the words. And as soon as you click convert to Morse code, then you get an instant conversion of text to Morse code. And the technologies that I used are Python and Flask for the back end. I use HTML and CSS for the front end. That's for like what you see here and how I styled everything. And then I pushed all my code onto a GitHub repository, and I used Render for deployment so the website is actually live. So this is part one of the algorithm that I used for my project. And what I have here is a dictionary lookup algorithm. So the key is the character to translate. The value is the Morse code equivalent to it. So you have the letter A, and then you have a dot and a dash for the value. And for this, the lookup times, because it is a dictionary, it'd be O of 1 access, so it'd be very fast. And the pattern that Morse code is usually written in is there's a dot, which is a short signal, and a dash, which is a long signal. And here's the code that I have. This is just a function that converts the text, what the user inputs, into actual Morse code. And I have a function, and it's called text to Morse. And the parameter it takes is the text from the user. And to start off, I have an empty Morse list, so that stores the Morse code characters that have been translated from text. And then for each one, you'll iterate through the characters for what the user to input. So I just had the text to uppercase too, so everything was a bit more uniform. And if the character is in the Morse code dictionary, then you can append it to the empty Morse list. And while getting the dictionary and the key value pairs from the dictionary, and then I return it as I use a join method. So that's when you take all the items that have been like iterated through, and then you join them all into one string. And this goes on until each letter is translated. So I already talked a little bit about this, but it is a linear search and a dictionary lookup. All the letters are um, converted to uppercase. Each character is looked up in the dictionary to get their value, and then the list is built. in the empty Morse list, and then you use the join method with the spaces, and then that's what you return. So if I were to type hello into my application, then this would be the output of it. And for the web application code, I used Flask. So the get is like loading the page, post is the user submitting the form request, and then this function is defining the main route of the web page. And for now, it will store none because there's no input yet from the user. But then the input text stores what the user wants to type. And if the user submitted the form, then the post goes through, and then the input text is also um, processed through the request forms, and it'll just be like an empty space if like the user doesn't put anything through, and then the result is translating the user's text to the Morse code, and we just call this function from earlier text to Morse, which is the result. And then to render, we need the render template for the HTML file that I have, which is called index.html, and it has all the styling and what my actual like web page looks like, and then displaying the values. And then that last bit of code down there is starting the development server and then debugging if there's any error messages. So yeah, get request displays the form, post request that processes the input and shows the Morse code to the user, and the render template is for the data sent to the HTML file. So this is the conclusion and what I learned. The skills that I developed is Python web development with Flask, algorithm implementation with loops and the dictionaries, front-end design with HTML and CSS, version control with Git and GitHub, and using a cloud deployment website, which is Render. And some future improvements, I would do Morse to text also, and then having the user being able to hear like the audio playback for the Morse code, and then if the user wanted to, then they could download the Morse code as an audio file. Thank you. And this is my live website for the project, and then this is also my GitHub repo for it as well. I'm just gonna demo it real quick. So I'll enter in my text, and then when I run and convert it to Morse code, it might take a while. So I think I'm gonna do this in my actual VS Code locally. I'll also walk you through the file structure as well. So that's just my virtual environment and the templates. This is all my HTML code. So what you see on the website visually for everything. And then my main app.py code. This is where we went through the dictionary and then the text to Morse function and then the web application code as well. And then I have a README on like how to run it yourself, or if you want to click on this to um, follow the live website, and then what I use for my technologies, and then my list of requirements that you need to run. Okay, this is still running, so I'll just do it in my local browser. Let's do it. And then this would be a direct translation from text to Morse code. So this would be I, and then love, and then Python. Yeah, and here it's live too, so we can just to show you how that works. It's the same thing, but this is just live on a website, and this is just on your local machine. Cool. Thank you.